right, welcome back. We left off at journal entry number 6. Let's look at number 7. That was our new one, to transfer goods from one department into another. So if we go back and look at these little guide notes we did, number 7, transfer from one department to another. So you're going to take it out of the account it's moving from, the department it's moving from, and debit the account it's moving to. Okay, so it looks like we're moving from formulating to bottling, right? Because there's that sequence to the manufacturing process. This is number 8, so you're going to debit WIP bottling and take it out of WIP formulating to transfer goods to bottling department. Okay, those are 2 T's. I think it looks like an H, bottling department. And the amount was 81. And we'll post. Alrighty. Number 8, transferred goods costing from bottling to finished goods. Okay, so this is completion to record. Completion, we know whenever we complete our goods, we debit finished goods and they come out of WIP. Just make sure you're taking the last WIP account, which was bottling. And it's 155,610. And we'll talk about where we get these numbers, because if you remember last chapter, these figures came from the job cost sheets. Do you remember that? So now these figures will come from each department's production cost report. Previously, when we had to figure out how much is being transferred out, what's the cost of job 101? We'd have to look at 101's job cost sheet, right? Obviously, we don't use job cost sheets now. We're going to use something called a production cost report, which we're going to get to later. We'll actually do it in part 2 of this handout, prepare production cost report. So we're going to get there, but just so you have it in your notes in case you're trying to do one later and you're like, where does this number come from? It comes from the production cost report. All right, number 9. Now we're going to have a sale on account. So that's journal entry number 9. Remember, you have 2 journal entries when you have a sale, one to record the sale, one to record the cost of the sale. So we sold it on account. So AR, sales revenue, 208, 390. Sometimes I cannot speak and work at the same time. On account. And we have to record the cost of the sale. Oh, I think I forgot to post that one. Don't worry, we'll go back to it. And finished goods of 158,810 to record cost of units sold. All right, let's go back and post. Finished goods 155,610. And now moving on to the ones that were sold for 158,810. Yay! Now we just have to transfer any under or over applied manufacturing overhead. Well, let's figure out if we are under or over. Looks like the bigger amount is on the debit side, so that means we were under applied by 4,600. This account needs to get to 0, so we need to credit Mo. The offset's going to be cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold in Mo for the balance. Okay, so to record transfer of under applied overhead during the period, something like that. Yay, we made it through all the journal entries. Do you know a greater joy? I don't know. That was awesome. Done. Okay, so now we've worked through the flow of costs for a manufacturing company and we did the journal entries together. Pretty soon, we will be moving on to that production cost report. Maybe not in the very next video, but eventually in this chapter we'll get there. So go ahead and keep all of your work handy because we're going to need it when we get to requirement 2.